Michigan Ohio State is always a very competitive game, two longtime rivals. But this is kind of game one in a little mini Big Ten tournament, as I'm calling it, because the winner of this game will go to the conference championship, I do believe. And on the other side, in the Legends division, Northwestern plays Utah State, and the winner of that game will go to the Big Ten championship game. So it sets up a little 14 tournament today. Today's installment will be in Columbus at the Shoe, and Landon will get the start for the Buckeyes. So they come out for the coin toss. Michigan will be able to call the coin in the air. Michigan calls tails. It is tails. So Michigan has it and will elect to defer. So Ohio State will start to the ball with the ball. And we're all ready for kickoff here in Columbus. Michigan. Bobby Davis lines up the ball. The kick is up and away. And it will be for a touchback. Ohio State will start at their own 25. First play. Landon Miller. He gets the snap. He bobbles the snap a little bit, but hands it off to Maples. Maples able to run up the middle. He dashes up the middle past a linebacker, and he has 12 yards. Already a solid play for Ohio State. First and 10 at their 37. It'll be a QB keeper. Landon Miller, he'll run for 7 or 6 yards. 6, 7. Second and 4. Landon Miller hands the ball off to Maples. Maples will try to stretch it outside. Maples will get out of bounds around the 46. So it will be 3rd and 1 for the Buckeyes here early. Miller hands the ball off to Maples again. Maples will scamper for 4 yards and the first down, and Ohio State will be directly on the 50-yard line. Landon Miller hands the ball off to Goodyear Smith. Smith only able to run for 1 yard. Miller hands the ball off to Maples. Maples goes outside the tackles, and he gets 9 yards. Another first down for Ohio State. First and 10 from Michigan's 40. Flags on the play before the ball's even snapped. It will be a false start on Marcel Mutton, and it'll be first and 15. All right. First and 15, Miller back to pass. He's looking. None of his receivers are open. He's scrambling. It looks like he's getting pressure back there. He's flushed out to his left, but he has an opening. He has green grass in front of him. All the corners are dropped back, and he's running, and he's able to not quite get the first down, but he gets 14 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 1, Ohio State. Miller hands the ball off to Smith. Smith able to dive forward for a yard. Miller on first and 10 hands the ball off to Smith again, and Smith goes right outside the left tackle. He's able to get a nice off tackle run for 10 yards, and Ohio State is in the red zone. First and 10 from Michigan's 20. Miller will hand the ball off to Maples. Maples runs for 4 yards. No passes currently on this drive. Miller on 2nd and 6 hands the ball off to Maples. Maples able to run. He looks like he's going towards the end zone, but he is stopped short. He will get 12 yards, and Dirty Laundry is on the field, however. It will be too many men on the field for Michigan. Phil Richardson, still out there. Ohio State will decline. So it's first and goal from Michigan's 4. Ohio State lines up. Miller. Ball is snapped. He turns around, hands it off to Maples. Maples able to dive in for the touchdown. Buckeyes. Vincent Rollins comes on for the extra point, and it's good. So there will be 8:08 left in the first quarter. Just about 7 minutes ticked off the clock. Rollins will kick the ball into the end zone, and Jesse Tremblay will return it for 26 yards, sets Michigan up at their own 20. So Derp Crumb will come out for the Wolves, looking to add on to an already great campaign he's been having. Crumb drops back to pass. He finds a nice curl route by Javier Turner. Turner able to turn it up and get first down, 10 yards. First and 10 for Michigan. Crumb hands the ball off to Colin Mitchell. Mitchell will run for 7 yards. Second and 3. Crumb back to pass. It'll be a screen pass to Colin Mitchell. However, he's feeling the heat from the Ohio State D line and can't complete the pass. Third and 3. Crumb hands the ball off to Paul Gaines. They'll just look to run up the middle, but Gaines will be stopped short, and he only gains 1 yard. So with 4th and 2, Michigan punt team will come out. Turner McDonald will punt the ball 43 yards, but Jared Wiggs with a great return. He spins a defender and he runs up the right sideline. He'll return it for 26 yards, and Ohio State will start at their own 45. So great field position. Miller hands the ball off to Smith. Smith runs for 4 yards. 2nd and 6, Miller back to pass, looking for the quick slant to Larry Davis. It's just 3rd and 6. Landon Miller hands the ball off to Maples. Maples running the ball. It looks like, oh, he's short. Oh, and he stretches the ball out. And it'll get the first down and a little bit more. So Maples will gain 7 yards. 1st and 10 for Ohio State. Now on Michigan's 44. Miller back to pass. Looking for Larry Davis. Davis, the ball is at Davis's feet. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Miller hands the ball off to Maples. Maples is having a dominant game, just carrying a linebacker for the first down. 10 1st and 10 on Michigan's 34. Landon Miller hands the ball off to Maples again. Maples able to get 5. 2nd and 5. Miller. They run a wide receiver screen to Tremaine Delaney. Or is that a wide receiver? Yeah, to Tremaine Delaney. And he'll get 3 yards. So 3rd and 2. Miller going back to Robert Maples. And Maples will get stuffed. He'll even lose a yard. 4th and 3. Vincent Rollins comes on for the 44-yard field goal. And it is up and right down the middle. So 134 left in this first quarter. Kickoff, Vincent Rollins to the 5-yard line. Tremblay will return the yards. So 1st and 10 from Michigan's own 23. Crum hands the ball off to Gaines. Gaines able to gain 10 yards and a first down. 1st and 10 for Michigan. Crum will just keep the football and run with it. And he will only get 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Crum hands the ball off to Paul Gaines again. Paul Gaines able to get around. He's stretching defense out, able to get around a couple of D-line and linebackers, and he cuts it up. Excuse me, for the first down and a little more, 11 yards, and that is the end of the first quarter already. Lots of runs. It'll be it's 10-0 Ohio State currently. All right, 1st and 10 from Michigan's own 46. Dirk Crum to pass. He's looking for an out route. Jumped. Intercepted by the Namdi Otestin, I think that's how you say his name. But he returns the ball to Michigan's 48. And 1st and 10 for Ohio State. Miller drops back to pass. It looks like he has a man deep. Larry Davis has a step on the corner, and he just chucks it up there, and it's dropped in a bucket. Touchdown, Ohio State. Vincent Rollins comes on and hits the extra point. It is now 17-0 Buckeyes. Just stunning Michigan currently. So, Vincent Rollins kicks it off to the 2-yard line. Tremblay returns the ball for 17 yards. 1st and 10 from Michigan's 19. Back to pass. Looks like he's got a man on the post route, and he throws it's kind of deep and fight for the ball, but Nana wins the one-on-one, and Crum will complete the pass for 30 yards. 1st and 10. Crum hands the ball off to Gaines. Gaines only able to get 1 yard. 2nd and 9. Crum hands the ball off to Gaines. Gaines, he's running, and he can't quite get the first down. He gets 8 yards. 3rd and 1. Crum back to pass. Looking. He finds his man, Eduardo Quisanga. O-lineman turned tight end for 11 yards. 1st and 10 now on Ohio State's 31. Crum back to pass. He's looking. He can't find anyone. His left tackle's just getting blown back. And Crum is sacked by Dante Berry. 5-yard loss, 2nd and 15. Crum back to pass, looking for Paul Gaines. Incomplete. Crum back to pass. Finds Gaines out of the backfield for 4 yards, but it'll be 4th and 11 at Ohio State's 32, and Michigan will take a timeout here. as Bobby Davis comes on for a 49-yard field goal. The kick is up and wide right. Bobby Davis has missed the field goal for Michigan. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes at their own 39. Miller hands the ball off to Smith. Smith is stuffed at the line. Yeah, the shoe is rocking. 2nd and 10. Miller back to pass. Looking for a route over the middle. Intercepted by Robert Merritt. Intercepted. Middle right back silences the shoe. It'll be 1st and 10 at Ohio State's 46. Crum hands the ball off to Paul Gaines. Gaines able to run for 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Crum will keep it himself on the option, and he'll run for 6 yards. So 3rd and 1. Crum back to pass. Sends Nana out for a screen. He's got men out there. Not using that speed. He's getting vertical. And he jukes a defender, and he's actually got one man to beat. One man to beat for the end zone. Will he get there? Nana dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. Bobby Davis comes on for the extra point. Kick is up and good. It'll be 17-7. Buckeyes still up, 8:48 left in the half. Bobby Davis kicks off for a touchback. So this Ohio State offense looking to respond after a turnover. Miller hands the ball off to Robert Maples. Maples able to get a nice chunk of 7 yards. 2nd and 3. Miller back to pass, incomplete to Larry Davis. 3rd and 3. Miller hands the ball off to Maples. Maples will run up the middle, and did he get it? I. It's going to be close. It's going to be really, really close here. Refs are coming on. They're going to measure, and it looks like Maples got the first down just by a couple inches. Miller will be back to pass. Finds a nice comeback route by Charlie Meeks. Miller finds him. Meeks is able to get up a little bit, and it will be a 20-yard gain. They're in Michigan territory. Miller back to pass. Will be a screen to Robert Maples. Maples able to get north-south. He's got blockers. The lineman out there, and he's got green grass ahead of him. He goes in between the blockers, and it is a huge gain for the Buckeyes. 26 yards. All right. It'll be 1st and 10 at Michigan's 19. They're in the red zone. Miller back to pass. And he finds Charlie Meeks. Meeks able to break a tackle and get up, and he is pushed out of bounds at the 1-yard line. It'll be 18 yards. So from Michigan's 1-yard line, Miller will just hand the ball off to Ryan Williams, and they will punch it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Vincent Rollins on for their point, and it is up and good. 24-7. Michigan is not out of this just yet. Vincent Rollins will kick it off into the end zone, but Tremblay will return the kickoff just 20 yards. It'll be first and 10 at Michigan's 11. Not a spoiler, I'm just commentating, dude. Dirt Crumb back to pass. He's looking for a man. He's finding no one. Pocket collapsing. He's backpedaling, and he has nowhere to go. And he is sacked in the end zone by Will Norris for a safety. It'll be 26-7. And Michigan will kick off. Bobby Davis kicks it off to the 27. Jared Wiggs returns it 17 yards at Ohio State's 44. Guys, trust me, this game is not over. 4:31 left in the half. Landon Miller hands the ball off to Larry Davis. Davis able to get 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Miller back to pass. Will be incomplete to Sean Burks. Miller on 3rd and 8 will just hand the ball off to Goodyear Smith, and the O-line is just driving Michigan off the ball today. Goodyear Smith will get 13 yards. They're now in Michigan territory. 1st and 10. Miller back to pass. Looking for Charlie Meeks. He can't find him. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Miller hands the ball off to Maples. Maples able to run forward for 14 yards. But we have an injured Buckeye on the field. Marcel Mutton was injured. It is 1st and 10 at Michigan's 27. Miller hands the ball off to Robert Maples. And again, Maples, 12-yard gain. They're at Michigan's 15. Miller turns and hands the ball off to Goodyear Smith. Smith able to run through for 13 yards. Time Michigan. 1st and goal from Michigan's 2-yard line. And the O-line is just beaten off the ball by this Michigan D-line, and Goodyear Smith loses 2 yards. So we've reached a 2-minute warning. Miller on 2nd and goal will hand the ball off to Robert Maples, and Maples will be in for the touchdown, Buckeyes. Vincent Rollins on for the extra point, and he makes it. It'll make it 33-7. And Vincent Rollins kicks to the 2-yard line, and Michigan special teams and Jesse Tremblay only return it to 11 yards to the Michigan 13. So here we go. Michigan has done well on the offensive side of the ball this game. Crum will be back to pass on 1st and 10, incomplete to Eduardo Wasanga. 2nd and 10, he'll hand it off to Paul Gaines. Gaines will run for 6 yards. So 3rd and 4, Crum back to pass, completed. Smith breaks a tackle, and he will scamper forward for 18 yards. Timeout Michigan. 1st and 10, Crum hands the ball off to Colin Mitchell, 7-yard gain. 31 seconds left. Crum hands the ball off to Gaines, 6 yards. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line, 26 seconds. Crum hands the ball off to Colin Mitchell, 1 yard. 16 seconds, 2nd and 9. Crum back to pass, incomplete to Greg Smith. I don't know why Michigan just handed the ball off there. Crum hands the ball off to Colin Mitchell. He'll run it forward for 9 yards, first down. They'll be on Ohio State 40 with 5 seconds left. The special teams just sprints out there, and it'll be Bobby Davis for the 57-yard attempt. The kick is up. It looks like it's online, and it barely sneaks through, making this a 33 to 10 game. Ohio State just runs the ball out, and I'll be halftime. So it's 33 to 10 right now. Um, Michigan really needs to wake up, but our sponsor for today is Feastables, because I just had a Feastable. It's not as bad as you think, but don't eat it if you want to watch your weight. How about that? All right, start of the third. Um, I'm gonna be honest here, guys. Nothing of note happens in this game after in the second half. Um, Michigan doesn't even score again. So I don't think we have to. The second half is just in the third quarter. 11:21. Landon Miller completes an absolute bomb to Larry Davis for 71 yards and a touchdown. Fourth quarter, Landon Miller completes a pass to Larry Davis, 8 yards and a touchdown. Landon Miller completes a pass to Sean Burks, 33 yards and a touchdown. Robert Maples runs for another 3 yards and a touchdown. Vincent Rollins, 38-yard field goal. The end of the game, final score from Columbus, Ohio, is going to be 63 to 10. But, but, yeah, there's no use into calling the second half if it's going to be 63 to 10. But Michigan got the last question mark, maybe. I don't know. Um, Landon, Landon Miller is hurt, and Robert Griffin the fifth came in, but it looks like Landon Miller just strained his calf, so he'll be out 2 games. Anyways, we're just gonna share our screen. I want you guys to take a look. Yeah, here 3 to 10. Um, Miller had a pretty nice game. Like this is 165 yards and 90 yards. Like Larry Davis game. Holy Larry Davis legacy game. Crazy. 7 punts. Ooh, buddy. This was a pretty short game day. Very sorry. I just can't I don't know, I can't fathom that. That's wild to me.